further. It is now clear that if anything, this report demonstrates how anti-racism our Prophet was, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he was telling these racist Arabs, if an Ethiopian has been appointed over you as a leader, obey him. Obey him, he's your leader. This is anti-racism.
So what did he say in his last khutbah?
Forget about being appointed. Okay. Now you have two options. Either you say, I'm sorry, I apologize for using those words against your Prophet, and now I stand.
And other people in the park who have been banned, I
Didn't you
believe.
see Ali Dawa and Sheikh Mohammad made a video against him? I'm not saying he's not. I think even he spoke against him. He said he's against all extremists.
Yeah, but
there is a video.
Many times.
There's a video. Wait. I'll lead you to what I did.
Because Shamsi goes up to the people directly and confronts them, whereas other people can say...
Have you confronted anyone directly yourself? You?
Only him.
No, I'm talking about the haters.
What haters?
I'm talking about the people like Tommy Robinson. Have you confronted them?
If he was in the park, then
You
yes.
came to the park.
I wasn't here.
Sorry. So are you saying if he was here, will you condemn him?
If I see what he's done, then
you need to see what he has done still. Wow.
Because
wait.
is
Why do I?
Exactly.
Why do I have to? Yes. Firstly, my position is very clear. Secondly, why do I have to confront every Tom, Dick, and Harry?
I didn't say you did. My argument was...
Wait. Let me finish. Mexican drug cartels are killing innocent people in a brutal fashion. Okay, ISIS are killing innocent people. Colombians. Americans, in some cases, American military has been killing innocent people. We have seen the cases come out in the articles. Okay, Israelis are killing innocent. Indian army is killing innocent. Christian gunmen, in America, in the US, walking into synagogues and schools.
But this is the problem, especially with what Adnan's approach is, because he will say, for example, DCCI are Islamophobes, they're extremists and whatnot. Then when you see the comments online, every Christian in the park is DCCI. So therefore, it means when I'm walking to my house, people think I'm DCCI or something, and I'm in danger because he's saying these people are X, Y, and Z, and people don't know how to differentiate. That's why you have to be careful of how you speak, because people just see, I'm sure you've seen the comments, anytime any Christian debates, they say, look at these DCCI.
They call us Islamic Dawah team.
Challenge anyone to prove to me that I'm paid to come to this park. There's no one who can pay me enough money to come to this park. I come because I want to.
How did you buy this drink?
Because I have a job and it pays very well. You know what I mean?
I have a question.
Let's wrap it up.
What job? Paperboy. Only people pay.
Nice trainers, nice jeans.
Yeah, of course. I work hard for my. I have a degree. I have a postgraduate degree, and I'm studying another postgraduate degree. So therefore, I'm an educated person.
Let me ask you.
Please address that point. Don't talk about the clothes.
Did someone try to shoot you? Did someone try to shoot you?
Well, you know, the church hasn't been paying me enough, so you know, this is why I'm.
That's fashion, by the way. Anyway, the point I'm making is, we do not mind having decent,
and the other problem I had was as soon as I approached you, please. Is because you had said I'm a decent person, but as soon as I confronted you, I turned into an Islamophobe, and that is dangerous talk, because then people, you didn't have evidence just because you didn't like the way I approached you. So then I can walk home and someone's like, oh, I heard Adnan say this person's an Islamophobe, where everyone in the park has no issue with me. But then if someone approaches me or thinks, oh, this guy's
are you scared that someone might attack you due to false information? That's your fear?
There's crazy people out there.
Oh, thank you. Well, why do you think we call DCCI hate preachers? Because when they talk about the niqab and the hijab, and our sisters are getting the hijab.
What have they said? What have they said?
When they call, what have they? The question is, what have they not said?
Tell me what they said.
Have you ever read comments? Have you ever read comments on the videos of Soko channel?
Yeah.
Have you read comments?
I have read the comments.
And do they sound like any of those people? Do they sound like loving Christians? No.
Well, the thing is, on Soko's channel, you have Christians and non-Christians, a lot of the people. So I've even
for some
said to
reason,
him,
a lot of would you agree with this statement that a lot of Islamophobes have managed to get together in the comment section there? A lot of Islamophobes.
What do you mean, get
Because
together?
some of the comments are outright Islamophobia.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
I disagree with that.
So
Like, in terms of if people are
do-
saying, if people are mocking, and I've said before, like if people mock religion, that's just the way this country is. People mock Christianity.
Have you
but
watched?
I'm saying if someone's
have you watched
inciting something,
Have you
that's very
watched
different.
my debates with these learned, decent Christian scholars?
I agree, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Have you watched some of my debates?
Yes.
Have you seen my demeanor and my behavior with them?
I have.
I treat them very different to the way I treat these some of these Islamophobes and haters in the park, because I don't see the same behavior from them. Okay, so we treat people according to the treatment they deserve, right? I have no respect for people who will mock innocent, vulnerable women who are already being attacked around the West, in this country in particular. People who watch these kind of videos, the way DCCI people, they made a mockumentary. Wait, I'm finishing my point. So when innocent Muslim women are being dehumanized and demonized by your mockumentaries, right? And then
mock and criticize religion, and that's what I'm saying. People, but that's what I'm saying. Look at the Book of Mormon.
Is this what the gospel? Is this what your religion teaches you? Is this what your religion teaches you? To mock people.
You probably shouldn't mock people.
What do probably?
So do you think that's Christianity? Let me ask a question. If
What's
Jesus,
Christian about DCCI? What's Christian about David Wood? What's Christian about other Islamophobes who are using the name of Christianity to mock Muslims on a daily basis? And it seems to be open season on Muslims.
if Jesus was here and he was watching David Wood's channel,
Yes.
would he say, brilliant, that's what I preach to the world?
Jesus would go about things very differently. But remember
What is David Wood?
but he called the Pharisees hypocrites and brood of vipers, and that was very extreme talk.
Exactly.
Understand?
But do you think
So-
we condoning, would he say to
because,
David Wood,
because if
brilliant?
I called you two brood of vipers, you'll be like, wow, paperboy.
I don't know what that means.
Or
I even
hypocrites
call
and-
people pigs.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Jesus' language was very extreme at the time in criticizing the
Make up
Pharisees.
your mind with Jesus you're preaching
so
then.
are you justifying what David
Yeah,
Wood
but I
does?
don't believe Jesus was a pacifist.
Okay, so can I call you a pig?
Ooh, that's
Hey, you call me a pig.
controversial.
Yeah, in a discussion, can I call you a pig?
Controversial.
Can I
want
call
to.
you a dog or a viper or
Yeah,
an
under freedom of speech,
adulterer?
yes, you can.
An adulterer. No, I don't want to do. Would that be decent? In a
It
conversation.
wouldn't be in conversation. Would it be courteous? But if you said it,
Thank you.
I may be offended.
Thank you. Thank you. So Jesus was not courteous.
Jesus, in terms of calling people like hypocrites and I can't remember when did he call people pigs? I can't remember.
He did.
When?
Gentiles. Swine. It is not for me to.
Yeah, but
toss
that's
the
an
bread.
idiom. It's
It's an
idiomatic.
idiom.
Yeah,
They have
exactly.
meanings.
Yeah, but it's an
So
idiomatic
when he
expression.
used the word swine, who was he referring to?
Yeah, but he's not.
Humans or
see,
swine?
but you're twisted. That's
I'm
what
not
I'm saying.
twisting.
It's an idiomatic expression.
Of course.
Yeah.
But when he used the word swine,
Yeah.
who was he talking
but
about?
then it's like when your prophet called people raisin heads and in the hadiths and whatnot.
not in a derogatory way, no.
No.
That was that. No, absolutely
So
not.
calling someone a raisin head isn't derogatory.
No, it's not. Not for their context and their time. Absolutely
So then
no.
same context of Christ and how the Jews understood it.
The Prophet actually described Jesus in a similar fashion, that he will have curly hair, he will have red complexion.
Okay,
describing
but he didn't call him a
someone's
raisin head.
Wait.
No, what do you mean
Someone.
That's what he called it.
Okay, if somebody has a head that looks like
He said the black people or the
one second.
Somalians, whoever it was.
No.
You can try hard.
I can bring the hadith because I have it on me. No, but what I'm saying is they seem to be quick to.
Wait. What is the hadith? What is it saying, by the way? It's going to refute your own point.
Okay,
What is the
then
hadith?
it's
When he used the word raisin head, as you claim,
He's defending
what was he talking about?
What was the context?
What was the context?
I can't remember.
He's defending them.
Exactly.
I can bring it up. I can bring it up.
The problem
I've got
is,
the hadith
you know
here.
a word
Yes.
which you think he used
Let me bring it
in a
up.
racial sense,
Okay.
but when you read the hadith completely,
Yes.
you would realize he was actually talking positively about the people from Africa. He was saying, when they have been appointed over you as a leader. So in other words, he is opening the possibility of something that was completely impossible.
Against
Previously,
racism, against racism.
he was actually telling the Arabs, it is very possible for you to have an African leader. And which was the case. Which was the case. Bilal climbed the Kaaba, which was an absolute abomination for the Arabs.
Now give the context of when Jesus says, do not give what is holy to the dogs and swine, lest they trample it in the feet.
Okay, so this is the hadith. So it says, the Prophet said, listen and obey your chief, even if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were made your chief. So why would you say even? Why is that positive? Even if.
I'll respond.
Even if.
Okay, wait.
That's what they were known.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm responding.
So you go to Somalia and call them a
I'm
raisin head and see what they do.
I'm responding.
Yes.
Even. Firstly, there are a few things. Let's go step by step. Read it. Okay.
The Prophet said, listen and obey your chief.
Listen and obey, first point.
Even if an Ethiopian whose head is like a raisin were made your chief. Now, if I go to an Ethiopian today and said your head's like a raisin, do you think they're going to accept it?
Good point. Okay. First point is, you have to have some shortage in brain cells to understand this particular report in another way. If anything, this report is anti-racism. Okay? If anything, this is a report in our favor. This is why we are proud of our Prophet. Our Prophet, why are we proud of him? Because he spoke against racism when it was impossible to do so. Why is he saying even now is the question. Who is he talking to? Primarily. Who is he talking to?
Ignorant pagan Arabs.
He's talking to Arabs who were very racist, very racist people. He was telling them, Islam has come now, things have changed now. Now, if an Ethiopian with raisin on his head is appointed over you, that means it may happen. And if it happens, you obey him. Don't be racist like you have been. This is the meaning of the report. If you have any integrity now, straight in front of all these cameras, then I'm sorry, I apologize. Wait. No, you can feed it later. Okay, wait. Now that I used to think that you are a decent person, and I am again willing to think that, providing, firstly, when you use this term, you had no idea in what context these words were used. Now the context have become clear, and I've clarified what the Prophet meant. You have two options. Either to continue,
because there was a bit of shout out, so I missed some of the bit of what you said. So give the explanation again.
I'm saying that as a decent man, if you are decent, and I hope you are, you have two options. Firstly, you had no idea what context these words were used in, number one. And then you read the context, and then I explained it further. It is now clear that if anything, this report demonstrates how anti-racism our Prophet was, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he was telling these racist Arabs, if an Ethiopian has been appointed over you as a leader, obey him. Obey him. He's your leader. This is anti-racism.
So what did he say in his last khutbah?
Forget about being appointed. Okay. Now you have two options. Either you say, I'm sorry, I apologize for using those words against the appropriate, and now I stand corrected.
Or he can say he didn't know. He didn't know.
No, he knows. No, he knows. He has the time to correct himself. Okay. Stop reading that now, and because you're not going to find anything else.
No, also, when he conquered Mecca, he had Osama bin Zayd.
Not open. Don't open other topics.
Okay.
Stick to this one.
Keep that for later.
This report is used. Obviously, you use the words out of context. Now that it's clear, can you apologize in front of the cameras and say, I stand corrected, and definitely Muhammad, according to this report, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was an anti-racism man.
Yes. Anti-racism.
Yes.
I don't know.
Anti-racist.
Wait.
Okay, there you go. Don't try it. Anti-racist.
I don't think from your explanation I don't understand fully how you're taking it in that way. So I see it differently, because that's why I'm saying he's explaining the
I want the Christians now to watch this.
No, because when
I
we
want
talk
the
about
Christians
Christ,
to watch this.
and we try to
If a Muslim was doing this, you would be running marathons. You would be running marathons from New York to Canada, from Canada to Australia, from Australia to South America, and then back to Britain. And you would be telling us that you Muslims, how dare you?
And this is
and
one
now
other
we have
point,
an
because,
example
for
in front of
example,
you.
people like Hashim, he'll always say that
Why bringing me in?
Christ, because you're here as well. And this, because people repeat what he says.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say, this is my point.
let me
Because, for
repeat.
example, because he said Christ called people dogs and
All these guys have issue with
pigs and whatnot.
You used
you
a
said
report.
pigs,
You used
you
a
said-
report without knowing the context.
Yeah,
and
but
I'll give you that much. Wait. You said your prophet was racist. He used the term
And he used
racist.
derogatory terms as well.
No,
Yes, he did.
How can you say? Let me give you an example.
I'll give you one more example. That's what I'm going to give you now.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah,
If in a society,
but-
wait,
Give what's holy to the dogs and swans. That's
if
the
in a
temple.
society,
Matthew chapter 15.
if a people are looked down upon,
Matthew 15, yeah.
if in a society,
Yes.
if a people are looked down
Canaanite
upon,
woman. Canaanite woman.
No, not that.
and in that society you
do
stand
not,
up,
throw pearls to the
okay,
swine.
Yes, that's what
and you tell the masses that if one of these people has been appointed over you, obey him. What am I telling you? Am I against those people? Am I trying to degrade or downgrade those people, or I'm trying to inflate? I'm trying to make them not only equal, but I'm trying to put them on a status that they may become your leaders. They can become your leaders. Wait. So which one is it? The latter or the former? Which one is it?
So explain to me the raisin head.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Raisin head means.
Can I say one
Raisin
thing?
head
Go
means.
ahead.
It's a description.
No, sir, can I say something? I'm going to say something. This will make sense.
Somebody calls the prophet a black
Can I say
man.
something?
Yeah.
They should be killed.
I just wanted to explain what is calling someone a raisin head. What does that mean?
Can I explain?
Yeah.
In the time when there was slavery, the black people were known for as what? I'm not going to say it. Negro.
Okay.
So even a person that was defending his right would say the Negro.
Okay.
He would use that word.
I have an example. Thank you. Stop there. I have a book.
Ali, you misspelled it. You misspelled it.
Wait. Wait.
You said Negro.
Look, Ali,
Wait. Let me just make my point and you can respond.
just quickly, 10 seconds.
He's picking me up.
10 seconds.
Say Ali.
Ali made a very good
Subscribe to
point.
my channel.
Okay.
Make sure you correct this
In
spelling.
1848,
Yes.
in 1848,
Yes.
a man from Leeds called Wilson Armistead wrote a book titled A Tribute for the Negro.
Okay.
Listen, let me finish.
Yeah.
A tribute for the Negro. He used the word Negro, which was derogatory then. It is derogatory today. Okay. For the white man to understand who he's talking about. Okay. What did he say in this book? The entire book is written to prove one point.
Yes.
That the Negroes or the black people from Africa who are being picked up as slaves and put into slavery are as intelligent, as able, as human, as upright as any other man. Okay, wait, let me finish. No, I'm not finished. Let me finish. Okay? What was the book? The title of the book, and I possess the actual original.
So he was defending them.
Wait, let me finish. Okay. So the point is, this book was hailed as a great achievement by the abolitionists around the world. Abolitionists in America and in Europe, they hailed the work as the epitome of abolitionist literature. They hailed it, they promoted it. This man, his book went all over the Atlantic countries, okay? And he was praised for it, despite the fact that the title was a tribute
But why
for the
did he use
Negro.
that word?
Can you
Because
Google
that's
it?
what they
Yeah,
understood.
but now if everyone
A
hears
tribute for the Negro.
Adnan's
Listen.
explanation, he's saying...
I'm not saying the Prophet used the word Negro.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not even saying that he used
Let me
derogatory
finish
terms.
my point.
Yes.
Now he's explaining the way where this person used the word Negro to communicate to the people who are around him for them to understand. But then when we Christians will argue that Jesus did the same thing, what did I say? That the expression was an idiomatic expression.
Fine.
But then,
Pig.
but now for him, it's a bad thing. But when I'm trying to say the same, very same thing, wait. Jesus, wait, let me finish. I'll let you speak. Because when Jesus spoke to the Jews around him, that's how they understood things. So he's using expressions that they understand. He's not necessarily trying to be derogatory.
Wait.
But then it seems like when we have people of the Dow team in the park saying, oh, Jesus said a woman is this, or called people this, or people that, it seems like a double standard because he's trying to explain it away. But when it comes to the Christian aspect,
we have
it's
no
now
problem.
something derogatory.
Okay, wait. Let me explain now. We have no problem with Jesus using those words. He was a prophet of God. He was a messenger of God. He was a human. He got angry at times. Okay, he got frustrated at times. We have no problem with Jesus using that language. Okay? We have examples in Islamic history. We have examples in Islamic history when in anger, certain people used unpleasant terminology to express some ideas, right? But your use of the raisin head example is a very misplaced example. Okay? At least we have the courtesy and the decency to correct yourself and say, yes, I accept that according to this report, at least Prophet Muhammad, he spoke against racism in his society. Would you accept that?
Well, this report is...
Why is it so difficult for the Christians?
No. But this report is saying, yes, they should listen to this person.
No. He's saying you should obey.
Yeah, exactly.
You obey.
Yes.
Listen and obey.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
only listening.
Yeah.
So obey. Who do you obey? Who do you obey?
But then why would you say they've got a head like a raisin? That's my point.
We just had a discussion for the last 5 minutes on this.
You know what was your point?
Look at his face. He even knows it. Look at his face.
No, you know,
Can you zoom in?
I'm like...
Zoom in. And put the question mark.
I need to go eat. I need to go eat.
Or put the glasses on him.
Okay, and one more thing.
please,
Well, I know, because you're going to go. Because this is the thing, and Adnan is the person... Adnan is the person qualified to explain. So I'm going to read 2 hadiths because people like Hashim, who always talk about this Gentiles being dogs and whatnot. So I'm just going to ask his explanation.
Before you read the hadith, I have this to read.
Yeah, but you read. Let me just read this. It says, narrated Aisha, the things which annul the prayers were mentioned before me. They said prayer is annulled by a dog, a donkey, a woman, if they pass in front of the praying people. I said, you have made us, i.e. women, dogs. I saw the Prophet praying whilst I used to lie in my bed between him and the Qibla. Whenever I was in need of something, I would slip away, but I just like to face him.
Wait.
And then the next one, it says, there's the same thing, but it just says, Allah's Messenger said, when a man performs salat and there is nothing in front of him, like a post or saddle, or a camel saddle, his salat is severed by the passing of a black dog, a woman, and a donkey. It was said to Abu Dar, what is the problem with the black dog rather than the red or white one? He said, oh my nephew, I asked Allah's Messenger just as you have asked me. He said, the black dog is shaitan. So now, this seems...
I hope you're not going to use. You're not going to say that means black man.
No.
I hope you don't.
I'm saying this is derogatory language towards
Against
women.
black dogs?
No, against women. Because, for example, this person, Hashim, will always say, Jesus called women dogs, for example. So now we have even Aisha confirming that it was a negative term because she said, you have compared us to dogs.
Let me respond.
You said I called women dogs.
Let Let me respond.
The Gentiles. The Gentiles. Okay, Gentiles.
Stop lying about it.
Gentiles. But the woman was the Gentile was a woman.
You are a Gentile.
So now we have evidence.
You are a Gentile.
Aisha has affirmed that she felt that the Prophet compared women to dogs, and not even any dog, the black dog, which is shaitan.
And look what Aisha said. Ustad, tell what Aisha
Jesus called the Gentile dogs, not the women.
Ustad, what did Aisha
So all I'm
say
saying is a
wait,
double standard of the
Why is it
polemics
double standard?
in the past.
Nothing to do with women.
Firstly, when the Prophet said that when one of these things passes in front of you, without the sutra, without
invalidates
the sutra,
your prayer.
it invalidates your prayer. So the Prophet is saying these things when they pass in front of you, they invalidate your prayer. Okay. So either he puts them all together without equating them with each other. Okay. Now, what breaks your wudu, for example?
Okay. All right. So you
Okay,
compare the woman to the fart.
Okay, wait.
Go on.
Okay, we believe in Islam. What invalidates
That's
your
what he said,
wudu?
the fart.
Okay, ablution, right? It is passing wind. I'm going to use a more polite terminology. Okay, wait, ya Allah, wait. Or sleeping. Okay, is passing wind and sleeping the same thing? No, it's not, right? But they both invalidate your ablution.
But then,
likewise,
Aisha said you have compared us to dogs, and that's why it invalidates.
Aisha said that, and then Aisha was corrected. She was not infallible. Wait, Aisha had this opinion, and this shows you what? Now, again, in this report, you learn a lot of things. What do you learn? That she knew that people may misunderstand it. That's why she used her authority as a teacher. Okay? That in case you think that's the case, don't even take it like that. Why? Because I am your mother. Who's Aisha? Aisha is the mother of the believers. The Quran tells us that she is the mother of believers, right? Okay, so she's clarifying. Okay, she's preempting a possibility.
No, one second. No, Aisha doesn't say that. Aisha and her was defending.
No, this is a hadith.
No.
Aisha's narrating.
No, Aisha was defending this. She was having a discussion with another person.
Yeah, she was explaining what it means.
And she was saying she had her own ijtihad. She was saying that the Prophet ﷺ would never say that.
Yes.
So she was actually, this shows she's a scholar. We take from her she had only ijtihad saying that the Prophet didn't mean that.
Yeah,
so
but
she herself
that's the second hadith I gave you. He says it.
She herself.
Okay, now compare that. Where their Prophet said he's not saying if our Prophet. This is the audacity and this is the length some Christian brothers can go to paint our Prophet in bad light. Desperation.
I'm listening to you.
To an extreme. Desperation to an extreme, right? What we need to do is we need to do justice to our Prophet. Okay? So if the Prophet said women are like black dogs, okay, then you had a case. But if he's saying these three, even if the Prophet said this statement in this order, that these things invalidate your prayer. If a woman walks past you, okay, not because she's impure, okay, not because she's degraded or she's because the same Prophet is telling us, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdamil ummahat, your paradise under the feet of your mothers. The best of you are those who are best to their wives. Those who nurture one daughter, take care of her, educate her, do well by her, will be in paradise with me like this. Same Prophet is telling us that. Okay? Those who do not... Those, no. Who told you that? Tell us who. Your head is weak. Okay. Your head is weak. Those who do not prefer their sons over their daughters will be in paradise with me. Right? Okay. Okay. Now, those who have daughters born in the houses, Allah, the daughters are a mercy of Allah. Daughters are a mercy. So all these things are said about the same Prophet. If you had justice.
Yeah, but we're explaining this verse where you're kind of going on a long tangent.
So we know. Yeah, of course we gotta go.
Yeah.
But
So
now you raised something. And there's an answer. So what we do is we take all of these things into context.
I think we should do Aisha.
Answer him.
I thought outside was colder, but that was colder.
Are you going to say this is in a good way or a bad way?
Because again, as his usage of the word Negro, that's why I started this and I said,
Respond to this.
because this is an idiomatic expression.
Okay. I believe-
Don't cast your pearls to
I believe
because
Jesus
no
never used
one,
those words. I believe so.
So in an idiom, you call someone a dog and a swine.
because the
Is that
idiomatic.
okay?
People don't literally throw pearls at swine.
We don't
So
say-
therefore,
we didn't
it's
say
an
literally. What does it mean?
Yeah,
I-
it's
what
an
does it mean?
idiomatic.
He's right.
But
we
this
know it's not
one,
literal.
the annulment of a prayer was literal because those were the things that literally
Who are
annulled
the
the
dogs
prayer.
and swine?
So
Who are the dogs and swine?
Literally, the Prophet said.
Yes.
The Prophet said, if this happens,
Yeah.
right, that will annul your prayer,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Who are
that
the
doesn't
dogs and
mean
swine?
he's saying donkeys and dogs and women are the same thing. They're not. He's not saying that. You are seeing that in the
Yeah,
report
but
because
No.
you have been taught to do that.
No, because I
this is
actually
what you
said
want to do.
you're comparing us to dogs, but that's why I gave the second
Okay.
hadith, which shows that your prophet did say that thing as
Okay,
well.
okay, now
Paperboy, who
I
are the
ask
dogs
you a
and swine
question.
here? Who are the
I
dogs
ask you a
and
question now.
Yeah,
Are you going to do the justice
Yes.
to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the justice you do to Jesus?
But
The
this
way you just explained.
Yes,
is
but the
it's
reason
an
why I
idiot.
brought out is, as I started, is the hypocrisy in the park.
He's saying
Because
that you guys do it tomorrow.
because
and I'm doing it.
what we see, especially
Oh, so
if we watch.
you do tit for tat.
No, he's saying don't do it and I won't do it.
The important thing is,
Because
even
it
if it's
started-
metaphoric, Adnan, even if it's metaphoric, it applies to
You
someone.
just explained the words of Jesus away in a beautiful fashion. You said he was the prophet of God. He was using an idiom. Okay.
I said
okay.
Jesus wasn't a pacifist. I said he used extreme.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Can you now apply the same standard to Muhammad?
Can I apply the same standard?
Yeah.
But that's not an idiomatic expression.
It is.
That's injustice.
It
favor
is.
No,
policy.
because
I'm just
I'm
reminding
saying
you.
no. When he said don't cast pearls to swines,
Did he say women are like dogs? Did he say women are like dogs?
he didn't say those.
Knowing
specific
his other
words.
teachings. Knowing his other teachings.
No, of course he didn't say those
Thank you.
explicit words.
We shake
But
hands
this
on
is
that.
how people
So now you
understood it.
accept.
Because this is the difference.
No, this is
we
not
can
how people
we can
understood
do like 2 minutes because you got to go. But my point would be this. For example, when
But
people
are you
bring up
still
this,
struggling to
the woman
accept my reasoning?
because when people bring up the Samaritan woman, for example, she did not say anything back when Jesus was saying those things. So we say that.